Hi, my name is Ryan. I'm the founder and one of the directors of Be Pain Free Global. We're a medicinal cannabis company servicing the United States, expanding into Europe, Africa, Asia, and Central America. Our passion is helping people, provide them with the best quality of medicine so they can cure their ailments, and also coupled with education. We've been in the industry for about 10 years, and over those years we've helped hundreds, if not thousands, of people cure cancer, disease, and many illnesses using our medicine. We're passionate about providing the best medicine on the planet and also with sustainable farming practices. Over the years, we've had many challenges in the banking industry, accounts being closed with no justification other than you're operating in the cannabis space, you send a wire, they close your account. We have friends that have barns full of cash. I have a friend in Canada that buries millions of dollars under his lake in Canada because he can't put it into a banking system. So luckily the universe aligned very intelligent people to come up with solutions, and I believe that's Quannabu. We are looking forward to being able to implement this technology so we can expand our business into many different countries and be able to utilize the money that we do have. Because nowadays you can't send cash to Europe from the United States very easily. I don't know, is that the end?
Right, that was Ryan having a chat about who we are, also who Pain Free are and the problems that they're having with the banking and the payments. Salim, he's a partner as well in Pain Free. Might be a bit clearer if you wanted to come up and
sure.
say a couple of words. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. As you've just seen, Ryan's my partner. There's three of us in the business. Myself, Ryan, who's in sunny Hawaii. I think we've got the short straw being in Leeds. And then Abraham is in Los Angeles. That's where we have our lab. It's a really, how can I say, it's a very new industry, the cannabis industry, especially the medical cannabis industry. We're not so much in recreation. We focus primarily on medicine that we produce ourselves in our own lab in LA. We distribute to all 50 states in the US. We've been going for 2.5 years. During that time, we've seen massive growth. And the problems we've had with that growth and the sustainability we've had is basically twofold. One, obviously, making sure that we get the right supply of cannabis. And this is something I'll come on to in a second. Second is the banking space. Banking is a big problem. It's legalized at the state level, but not at a federal level. It's a business that's, you could say, growing at an alarming rate, not just in the US, but also in Europe, the UK. You've seen CBD shops everywhere, and they're just popping up all over the place. The difference with what we manufacture and produce in the United States, as opposed to the UK, is that we're allowed to sell cannabis with THC, which is the psychoactive substance, but also under medical supervision. That's what really helps people with MS, dementia, kids with ADHD, all kinds of issues. And we think in the next 2 years, this will also be legalized for THC to be added within that CBD space in the UK. It's already being done in Germany, Belgium, Luxembourg. It's going to be a £30 billion industry in the next 2 years. It's already halfway to that now. And why Quannabu? Quannabu basically provides a service, like with any business that you go into. If a business provides a service that can help and create a better environment, which these guys can, then they're here to stay. There's a lot of tokens out there. Basically on the blockchain, there's Ethereum, there's XRP, there's Bitcoin, there's Polkadot. You can name hundreds, but why Quannabu? Quannabu actually provides a utility that actually works for people in our industry, in the cannabis industry. The cannabis industry is only going to grow and grow and grow. More and more borders are coming down. It's becoming legalized throughout Europe. You're going to see that in England as well. Quannabu can really harness that. But not just that. It's not just about the utility and the transactional space that they want to be in. There's also a second option for Quannabu, which I've been thinking about, and that's in the United States and Canada, and this is the big picture. They can provide a platform where wholesalers can buy and sell their raw product, cannabis, flower, whether it's to producers of oils, whether it's to manufacturers of cannabis. There's a lot of utility behind what they're trying to do. And this is just a soft launch towards a very big picture, I think, in the next 12 months. I'm going to be around. I'm going to finish there. I'm going to be around, but please feel free to ask me anything during the course of this evening. So thank you.
Thanks very much, Salim. Thank you. Right, next up, we're going to play a video from Sean. He's in Dubai. He's a crypto guy, and he's going to break down a little bit about what the blockchain is, what the crypto tokens are. Obviously, everyone's got a sort of slightly different experience in it and level of knowledge about it. So he's just going to let everyone know a little bit more about it. So over to Sean.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Quannabu. Thank you for coming tonight if you're here at the seminar, should we say, or watching it on the webinar. Just to give you a rundown of myself, my name is Sean Demosthenous, and I work within the Quannabu team. I am going to give you a rundown today of more the crypto side aspect of Quannabu. But before I do it, let me give you a bit of brief overview about myself. So I'm Sean Demosthenous. I've been working in the finance industry for 13 years. I started off a career in Lloyd's of London as an insurance broker in the professional indemnity insurance. I then moved to a stockbroker called Tulip Prebon, and then to another stockbroker in Dubai called BGC. Again, two very large companies, very enjoyable. But then I started to see the potential within the crypto market in 2018 when Bitcoin hit $20,000. And I decided to move in 2019 and pursue a career within the crypto market. I've been working with a number of projects to really push them, raise investment, get the awareness, help with PR and marketing, and grow their business to where it needs to be. One recently is an amazing company called Units Gaming. They are a guild. Now, this is all in the metaverse industry. It's very popular right now, and it's doing amazing things for developing countries. They managed to raise 32 million a couple of weeks back. And it's an amazing project. I plan to basically put my experience forward with Quannabu and grow this industry, because there is a major problem with payments within the US and all across the world, to be honest. So we are trying to fix that problem, and we will do so with the Quannabu platform. But let's run through more crypto first, and we'll dive deep into the QBU token. So first of all, what is blockchain? Blockchain is a system of recording information in a way that makes it difficult or impossible to change, hack, or cheat the system. Blockchain is essentially a digital ledger of transactions that is duplicated and distributed across the entire network of computer systems on the blockchain. Now, this might sound complex, but let's break it down. Blockchain is as it sounds. So blockchain is blocks that contain information linked to each other. The type of information depends on the type of blockchain. So for example, Bitcoin, it would store the details such as the sender, receiver, and amount of coins. Each blockchain has a unique hash, just like your fingerprint. So it will always be different, and it will look something like this. So it'd be very hard to copy, shall we say. Each block on average does about 2,000 transactions per second. So if a block were to change, as you can see, the hashes have to match from block to block. If the block does ever change or any information in it changes, the block hash would change and it wouldn't be able to transact. So this is the validation checks that need to be done on the blockchain. There's around 12 to 16 validation checks every time a transaction is sent. What are cryptocurrencies? Cryptocurrency is a type of currency which uses digital file as money, whilst being decentralized, meaning that no e-money or banks can control it. But what's the difference between a coin and a token? I'm sure you've all heard of both of them. Okay, so a coin acts as money operating independently of any platform to track all of the transactions. Now, this would be stuff like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Binance Coin, Litecoin. They are all using a blockchain. So they run on their own platform. A token requires their platform in order to work. So they don't need to do the validation. They just need to use their platform in order to function. Now, there's different types of tokens. There could be stable coins, DeFi, GameFi, meme coins. I'm sure you all know of Shiba Inu. That is a meme coin and it is a token. You can also use stable coins like Tether, USDC. Exchanges also are tokens. They use the different coins, blockchains. So FTX, for example, they would be a token. Smart contracts. I'm sure you've all heard of these, but what are they? Smart contracts are self-executing, self-enforcing contracts, which are governed by the explicit terms and conditions laid out within them. These virtual agreements can facilitate the exchange of money, content, shares, property, or anything of value. The self-executing nature of these contracts provides a tremendous opportunity for use in any field that relies on data to drive transactions. Now, there are a huge number of benefits to the smart contracts, and we're only just starting to use them on a daily basis. Now, to run through them: accuracy, smart contracts record all terms and conditions in explicit detail. Transparency, the terms and conditions of these contracts are fully visible and accessible to all relevant parties. Clear communication, the need for accuracy in detailing the contract results in everything being explicit. No room for miscommunication or misinterpretation. The speed, the contracts run on software code and live on the internet. As a result, they can execute transactions within a matter of minutes. Security. Automated contracts use the highest level of data encryption currently available. This level of protection makes them amongst the most secure items on the World Wide Web. Efficiency. The speed and accuracy of these contracts makes it extremely cost effective. Paper-free. Smart contracts enable the Go Green movement. Storage and backup. These contracts record essential details in each transaction. Therefore, they are permanently stored for future records. Savings. A significant advantage of automated contracts is that they eliminate the chain of middlemen. So, for example, you'd be taken out of real estate agents, lawyers, architects possibly, anyone who is going to be a middleman for any sort of contracts. Trust. Smart contracts generate absolute confidence in their execution. The transparent, autonomous, and secure nature of the agreement removes any possibility of manipulation, bias, or error. And lastly, guaranteed outcomes. Using a self-executing contract is a huge feature of these contracts, as this has potential to reduce significantly or even eliminate the need for litigation or courts. So as you can see, a number of benefits as to why you would use smart contracts. DeFi, another word you've probably all heard. So DeFi stands for decentralized finance. The term decentralized finance, or DeFi for short, describes a financial system that operates without the need for traditional centralized intermediaries. These would be brokerages, exchanges, or banks. They instead utilize smart contracts like Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. DeFi creates a system that can function on its own and still offer benefits such as investing, insurance, exchanging, borrowing, or lending. This is secured by blockchain technology and reduces the risk of fraud, corruption, and mismanagement of your assets. There's also a large number of other benefits to conventional banking: cost-effective and efficient, no overdraft fees, no wire transfer costs, and you have access to this, all these functions 24/7. As I'm sure you've seen, there's a number of news publications in the market regarding crypto. CNBC, I'm still very bullish on the pure play Bitcoin ETF in early 2022. So if you don't know what ETF is, it's an exchange traded fund. Bitcoin had its first futures ETF released this year, which is great news. Tesla cars can be bought with Bitcoin. There's been back and forth speculation, and from Elon Musk saying they will accept it, then they won't, but it's still positive. El Salvador adopts Bitcoin as a legal currency. Very big, huge news. The first country ever to do it. I'm sure it won't be the last. Twitter revolutionizes social media by transforming itself into a crypto platform. JP Morgan says Bitcoin could rise to 146,000 long term as it competes with gold. Bloomberg as well, Bitcoin ETF roars to debut with 165 million of trading volume. I think they actually set a new record. As there's a number of other large US corporations which are adopting cryptocurrency. Starbucks, Visa, Coca-Cola, Amazon, Twitter, AXA Insurance, Microsoft, Sotheby's, Tesla, obviously. But yeah, there'll be many more joining this table here as well. So just to give you an idea of how big the cryptocurrency market is, you can see from 2018 to 2021, those are real life figures. 2018 was when the Bitcoin hit $20,000. It was actually more of a bull trend. We did hit a bear market in 2019 and it started to pick up again in 2020. But just to give you an idea, I think 2018 was around 800 million market cap. And now this year it's around it's hit 2.9 trillion. So, I mean, if you look at the growth from the last few years, on average from 2018 to 2021, it's been a 44% increase. So I've just based that on the next 4 years to see, as an average, to see where we think it could be. So by 2025, if it carries on this trend, it will be at $12.5 trillion. Now, to put that into perspective or compared to other markets, so gold market cap is 11.3 billion. So if it managed to get there by 2025, it will be the same size as gold. And if you look at where cryptocurrency is compared to the general Forex market, it's around, so Forex is $2,409 trillion market cap. If it's 2.9 trillion now with cryptocurrency, it means they've got a massive amount to grow if it does get more adopted. Okay, so how is Quannabu going to revolutionize the CBD market? As I'm sure, as Salim and Ryan would have pointed out, federal law restricts any banks from accepting cash from any legitimate cannabis businesses, as there's evidence to support where the source of funds have come from. The Quannabu platform is going to be the ledger that gives transparency for this audit. So using blockchain, we're going to build the platform that collects every single transaction from start to finish. With the smart contracts in place, we'll be able to capture every detail required for banks to accept the payments for the legal cannabis businesses. Now, if you're wondering how it's going to work, I'm going to show you now in the next diagram. So just to give you a view, as we said, from start to finish, from seed to sell, we'll be capturing all the data from our seed growers to our retail clients. Now, everyone who's going to be on the platform is going to be fully KYC'd. We're going to know where they live, who's involved, passports, every single detail as if we were a bank. The more information we know, the more we can give to the bank to make sure that they can cover and bank the actual money that's from the cannabis or legal cannabis industry. So this is how the format is going to run. And we've got information going back and forth. They can use a stable coin like Tether to pay on the platform. And back and forth, so they don't lose any money. But you're probably wondering as well, where does the QBU token come in? So When buying QBU, you're buying into a token that offers a massive amount of benefits to the industry players and retail clients alike. So to begin with, customers using the platform will be able to take advantage of being listed at the top of the page. Through staking QBU tokens, the greater the amount, the higher they climb. The more tokens they hold, the more chance they have being at the top of our platform for retail customers to see them and be listed and sell more products. So it's an incentive. The more they stake, the more chance they have of actually having their product out to the public. For larger industry players wanting to take advantage of the transaction costs, there'll be a discount from the standard 4%, which will work on a tiered structure. So the more tokens they hold, the more discount they get from the 4%. These will be probably more finalized towards the launch of the platform, which will be in the Q1 to Q2. Anyone staking QBU will have exclusive access to rare CBD and cannabis products, as well as NFT drops from our partners. We encourage new and exclusive drops from all different partners on a regular basis, so you'll be able to access them as well. Retail clients will have a choice of staking in different tiers. The larger the tier, the greater discount they will receive from our partnership products. This could be from 5, 10, or even 15% discount online. This is just a teaser, but there are more developments that are going to come out in Q2 22. So just keep your eyes and join our Telegram and social groups to be kept up to date. Now, just to run through the Quannabu Tokenomics, we have 30 million coins in total supply. The symbol for QBU is QBU, or Quannabu. We run on the Ethereum blockchain. The current price today was 40 cents. So there is definitely room to grow. There is a small amount of coins in circulation. We're on Ethereum, which is one of the most scalable smart chains out there. And yeah, it's probably one of the best smart chains you're ever use. So that's basically it. First of all, thank you for listening. I hope you really enjoyed learning more about the cryptocurrency and QBU. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Thanks for sitting through that, guys. Now, we've got one more video to show, and it's just a speech from me, how we sort of tie the Quannabu and the cryptocurrencies together, and what our picture is, if you like, what we've been setting out to achieve. So I'll play that, and then what we'll do, we'll open up the floor, and if you've got any questions that either come off of the web or anyone in here, if you've got any questions, feel free to fire them up.
Hello everybody, thank you all for coming and spending your evening with us. I'm Steve Shearing, a founding partner of Quannabu. We realise you're all busy, but thanks again for spending your evening with us. We really appreciate your time with the Quannabu team. I would assume you're all here as you've had some level of interest in either crypto, hemp or both, and would like to see where we tie these two giants together. You have heard from Ryan about the hemp industry and the banking and payment issues they have. Ryan is one of our partners on the front line of this in Hawaii and has been invaluable in creating this platform. Sean's in Dubai, he's an expert in the crypto space. He's been a great addition to the team. He brings a wealth of knowledge and contacts with him that can really drive this into the mainstream. I'm here to tell you why Quannabu Pay will solve this huge payment issue within the hemp industry, and we'll do so by using cryptocurrencies and the blockchain. Quannabu was initially founded by just 4 partners looking to build a UK CBD lab to be regulated and transparent, to be able to have our CBD on the blockchain so the consumer can follow its story from being planted to harvest, refinement, etc. to the consumer. Once we started on this road, we continually told of the banking and payment issues across the board. Even opening just a simple business bank account in the UK was an impossible task. It was this that really pushed up to solve not only our own problems, but one that thousands of businesses across the world were facing. Quannabu were now set on the path to deliver a platform that would enable trading while staying regulated and legal in every country we operate in. This was not easy. We needed a team that would deliver such a platform, and by reaching out to the 4 corners of the world and really diving into our contact books, I feel that we have that team now firmly in place. As amazing as it sounds, the banks actually turn away this business. They will allow low-level volumes, but for companies to be able to grow and scale up, they need to be able to transact freely, be paid on time for their sales. Some settlements can take 6, 7, 8 weeks even, and this is just not a workable business model. This is something that Quannabu really feel that we're in a position to change. Now, the hemp business itself is still very much in its infancy. Various reports are valuing it at somewhere between 5 and 10 billion US dollars. Now, naturally, there's a lot of payments that go unrecognised as their cash transactions, which is why it's such a broad figure. By 2026, which is just 5 years away, this number is expected to be up to 100 billion US. And with every new country that legalises hemp and its derivatives, this figure is only going up. Germany recently stated they're making cannabis legal, and this will be a huge European market. This is an early opportunity to enter what will become one of the most valuable industries on a global scale. Quannabu Pay needs just a small percentage of this business to be able to build a company that can compete with the banks and be the hemp processor. Quannabu Pay will enable our customers to be able to seamlessly trade with their counterparties, settling invoices instantly. We also bring the advantage of having a fully fledged B2B marketplace. Companies that have previously been unable to cross borders will find a whole new frontier open to them, something we are particularly proud of. The platform itself will operate using stablecoins, which are cryptocurrencies but closely linked to the US dollar, and they will not have the price fluctuations of a regular cryptocurrency. No doubt all of you would have experienced or certainly been told about. Our Quannabu token is for the use within our Quannabu ecosystem. It's a utility token, and by this, it gives the user and the holder advantages over others. This will give them discounts and trading fees, premium listings, stakings, rewards. Once our platform is live, the businesses that will list will naturally be looking to purchase this token and hold them to have access to the benefits that I've mentioned before. As we have a limited number of these, this would force the users into the market to purchase from the early holders. We've had our platform demonstrated to several key partners across the US and Canada. We have covered as many bases as possible throughout the hemp sector, and it works across the board. We've had some very constructive feedback from these guys, and we've really enjoyed putting it into our model. We've brought together several options to onboard the customer, helping them get their current working capital into a wallet and onto our platform to be able to transact. As well as following the transactions, we can then take it the other way, and by using friendly banks within our partnerships, we can take the crypto and transact it back into fiat, and they can sit there holding that as well. So we feel we've got a good 360-degree service in, trade, out. It seems so obvious, hey? But then all the best solutions are once they've been solved. Quannabu Pay is due to launch in March 22, and what an exciting few months we have coming up. I cannot wait to see the first few trades settle and know that Quannabu Pay is alive. The crypto and blockchain environment is like being back in the late 90s and watching that tech boom again. Couple that with hemp, and we have the two largest growing sectors coming into unison. We will look back on this project and it will be just as important as the launch of eBay or Amazon. I'm leaving you now to Peter. He's going to summarise everything you've heard tonight. Thanks you all again for attending, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Have a great weekend. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks for everybody who's on the webinar. We've had a fantastic response. A lot of people, it's a cold night, they don't want to come out, and they've jumped on the webinar. But where we've come in the last couple of years, we're only 3 months away from having a trading platform that we feel we could pull in $100 million a month, which gives us $4 million a month net income. And someone just asked me over there, how does that benefit me? I've got a token. And of course, a lot of you have invested, and I really appreciate that you've invested early doors and had faith in us. How do you get money back out of that? And what we said was that, of course, you're going to get discounts, or the industry are going to use these coins to get discounts on the trading platform. But also, we're going to give a percentage back of the money. So it's similar to a dividend payment. So we're looking to every dollar you've invested to give you $1 back. So when you've got your $1 back, you're only trading on your profits. And every time every year we're going to pay some back into the coin. So you're enjoying the benefits of the profit as well as us. Now, the big question everyone wants to ask is, how much is the coin going to go to? Where is it now? I know a lot of you bought at $1 at the beginning of there, and the market slid. We've learned a few lessons on the way. It's a well-documented case where we had some Albanians come and pull a sophisticated scam. And but Steve is an ex-City trader. He saw it, and hats off to him. He stopped the platform within about 25 minutes, and we got all the money and all the coins frozen.
Can I just stop you there?
Yeah.
And ask you a bit more details about that, please?
Yeah. So what happened was that they sent Bitcoins in exchange for the tokens. The Bitcoins landed in our wallet. You could actually see the Bitcoins in the wallet. And as soon as we sent the coins, or as soon as Steve sent the coins, he saw them move them into another wallet and then throw them onto the market, and the market tanked, and hence why the market dropped so much. And then Steve knew there was a scam going on, and then they started what happened with the
Bitcoin then disappeared from the wallet, and it had to be frozen and taken back. So by working through with the exchanges that we're on, we managed to get that frozen and brought back. So you got that back?
Yeah. Well, it's frozen at the moment there. So there's a whole case. Still going on. Yeah, it's still, there's a police investigation. Obviously, it's Interpol. These guys are Albanians based in Switzerland. But that rocked the market. But the good thing is that we had Steve on board who actually stopped that. And there, a lot of other businesses there wouldn't have had that sort of that knowledge of how to be able to do that. And we've learned a lesson as well.
And the other thing I think when you launch in March now, it's going to be on a more regulated type of exchange. So that will all be eliminated.
Completely. Yeah. The KYC, which is the, know your customer, on the smaller exchanges, they're a little bit lackadaisical with it because they obviously want to get as many people on board as they can. But we're going to move into bigger exchanges now. When we launch, we're looking at Kraken.
Kraken's the main one. It's a US market.
And Huobi, and a Huobi there, which are two big exchanges. It's a bit like at the moment we're in the 4th division, and the Kraken's a Premiership exchange, and but we need to be trading for that, and that's when you'll see the value of these coins rise. And where's it going to go? We can all, say, we can all, what's the right word? Speculate, yeah, on what the figure's going to be. But when we spoke to the analyst there, he said, realistically, with a small amount of coins, because 15 million coins are actually out on the market, not 30 million. And this is such a limited amount of coins there that $100 is a realistic figure to hit, because the amount of demand in the industry for the coins to purchase that on a discount for the trading platform will be high. You've seen the numbers there. I think they're saying in 2024 it's about 120 billion.
Up
120 billion. They're saying in 2024. If we take 5% of that market, it's a huge revenue, and there's huge demand for them coins from the people who are using them platforms. Salim is someone who's in the industry. He has issues every day. Yeah. They're taking that cashing up in the hills in Ohio, like the A-team with rocket launchers, because people are robbing them. This is serious there. This is it's the Wild West out there. They're using cash in a business that's legal. Yeah. And so we've got a real opportunity to come in and relieve these guys of the stress they're having and the high costs that are incurred in transporting cash around. and that will launch in March. When I met Salim, he came to me and said, "This is just such an amazing idea." He goes, "We're going to be your first customer," and in fact, he came back and said, "We're coming on board with you."
Yeah.
And that's our first client. And Salim's well embedded in that industry with all the big players like Tilray, Cannabis Canopy, and as soon as we launch, we're going to have quite heavy traffic because we've got the biggest players in the market. And
there's no other coin on the market offering the service. There's no other token.
No,
it's the first of its kind, really.
No. Look, has anybody got any questions that they want to ask? No.
Come through on there, Al.
Yeah, I can see a lot of food. Sorry.
How much is a coin?
The coins are 40 cents at the moment. There, so
What's stopping you from producing more coins?
Once it's been created within that smart contract, as Sean was mentioning before, the smart contract to the coin, once that's there, it cannot be amended. So
30 million.
30 million, there's absolutely nothing we can do to produce another coin. There's only 15 million that have been released or will be getting released to the marketplace. The other 15 million are held back for either further development or just burning and writing off. We feel 15 million is a very good number to have out there in the market. So that's what we've concentrated on and launching. The other 15 are held back as a reserve, if you like. But do I think they'll ever be released? Probably not. But they definitely cannot be ever any more than 30 million of the Quannabu token.
And to put that in perspective, Bitcoin has 23 million. And that's why, hence, there's such demand and such a high price for a coin.
Because did it get launched?
The Quannabu token launched on May the 17th, 2021, this year.
2021.
Yeah, that came out just over 6 months ago.
Yeah,
very much.
So if they're providing that utility and the demand increases and more cannabis companies start using Quannabu, that's only going to increase the demand. But if there's only so many tokens and coins out there, it'll push the price up, of course. Yeah. So that's what the guys are trying to do.
Could then somebody else set up a
Of course,
of
course. But it's first user advantage.
What we've done in actually in our model is actually
we've built our model from first year having somewhere around 0.5% of the market and building that up between 1.5% a year, really only getting to 4 or 5% of the market share. So albeit there will be competition, our listing fees will reduce down to probably around 2% over that time as well, just allowing for competition to come in, because there will naturally be a competitor for this model. It's impossible that there won't be.
From the beginning.
Yeah, it was me, Steve, and Chris, another partner of ours there, who met about 4 years ago.
Well, pretty much. Yeah, he's got COVID, unfortunately.
Yeah,
so he's not here tonight.
And we actually came up with an idea for a institutional trading platform. But as we were doing our research, we saw the market saw the cannabis market growing, and people were saying there's a massive cash
Well, it's
issue.
definitely going somewhere. There's no doubt about that. It's just when the laws change.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So they're like the people in the UK at the minute that are legally producing these cannabis products.
Yeah.
Who are they banking with at the minute? Could you then try and poach them to try?
The UK's going to have the same problem. See, America's 2 years ahead of us, or 3 years ahead of us, aren't Salim, would you say there? You know, they always are. They're the first in every business, a very innovative country. And they've obviously, the British government and the German one certainly already have seen how much tax is being brought in by this industry. Yeah. And, you know, Colorado, which was something like 5 billion in debt, was 25 billion in the black within 2 years. And now they're building lovely infrastructure, bridges, etc. because of that. So it's simple economics. They're going to legalize cannabis at some stage.
But who's fighting for the youth? Because like my mate who I work with, his kid's got epilepsy and he believes in CBD, but the doctors and all that and social services, if that kid's found with any CBD in his system, they threaten him with
prosecution.
It's
CBD's legal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still social
It's-
services,
yeah.
still threatening with, so it's the stigma.
because it's got the THC element in
Who's
it
fighting-
there.
Who's fighting the cause for
The
the
tide is
lobbying?
changing. The tide
Yeah.
is changing. The sentiment towards a lot of healthcare professionals. I talk to many on a weekly basis over there, but now, as barriers have come down, people are frequently using it. And like Peter was saying, it will become mainstream because of the tax take for governments like cigarettes and alcohol.
It's all about
Yeah.
Completely,
money.
Yeah.
completely. And
We're not trying to change laws. We'll just follow them where we can.
yeah,
You know. Oh, absolutely, it will come. It will come.
Especially because the Conservatives are more for like legal pharmaceuticals, no disrespect, we can get to Labour or maybe a
Yeah.
local government.
I mean,
They've
we-
only different-
Yeah.
we know Boris is very pro cannabis.
So where's the governor? Yes,
We know where the taxes back.
And there's people here who've been in Home Office meetings and spoken to, people at a high level, and cannabis and CBD are definitely going to be legislated in the country and licensed. That's a short amount of time. Boris is very pro cannabis, and
why do you think that is?
well, he's seen the money in America. It's
Yeah, the
simple
money,
mathematics there.
Also, to fight crime, cannabis crime, it's just not conducive to the police's resources. The police only have so much time and money. And if they're going after people selling cannabis, buying cannabis, smoking cannabis, they want to legalize it because it will free law enforcement in that regard as well.
Okay.
Any more questions at all?
Would you expect the federal law to have a change in the near future regarding the cash issue?
Celine?
Do you expect like federal law to have like change to accommodate that cash?
I think it will do.
Yeah.
I think it will do in the next few years. It's got to at the federal level in the United States. But listen, 2 years is a long way away. And I think if Quannabu can establish itself, then they've still got a great future, even when barriers come down for handling cash in that business. We have a massive problem, and all our competitors have a big problem. The people that manufacture, grow, process, sell, it's probably about 15 companies globally. That's it.
Yeah.
And there's more and more coming online, more and more coming on stream. But it's just, we're at the beginning of a new industry. It's like alcohol after prohibition in the 1920s. That's what it's like.
Yeah. And that's all it is, isn't it? The government gave in.
Exactly.
Well, it's already happened, and so they'll fall country by country, and like Europe, everybody.
Germany, Luxembourg, Belgium's now legalized
Yeah,
cannabis with THC.
It's just a matter of time. What do you say? 2, maybe 3 years.
Yeah, maximum.
If that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, I think what we'll do is we'll wrap up here.
Wrap up the
Thanks for
webinar.
everyone
And then obviously
for
we can
looking
carry
in on
on
the
going.
webinar. You can see this all online when you get home anyway, so you can look on the web. And if you haven't heard anything, sorry about the sound at the beginning there, but what Ryan was saying is quite interesting stuff. So when you go home, you can listen to it and head towards the sandwiches. And thanks for everybody for logging
Thank
in.
you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for coming on.
Right.